In this third video, we'll be discussing how Company XYZ used effective cost management and human resource management. Cost management is essential to making sure the project is completed within the allocated budget. Here's how Company XYZ managed theirs. In the planning phase, they discussed the estimated cost of the product and the ideal retail price with clients such as aftermarket radio makers Kenwood, Alpine, Pioneer, and Sony. XYZ estimated the total cost and set the budget for the project at about $1 million. Based on their WBS, the hardware and software engineering teams had the highest and most volatile costs, while the marketing and production support teams had lower and more consistent costs. The reason the engineering teams had such high and volatile costs is due to possible testing or component issues in the product. So a buffer was applied during the budget estimation, which they do for every product. This keeps the project manager in constant control of budget, so they know when they'll be using the buffer. This helps them in case they need the extra budget. As previously mentioned, the one challenge they constantly face is when they test on cars. Not all cars have the same functions, so this causes some issues. But the good side of this is that they're always improving their product. The challenges allow them to learn and discover new ways of doing things. When they foresee that they'll be over budget due to an issue with components, they need to decide which component they can remove. They use the expert judgment of hardware and software professionals to decide. This lowers the cost of the product to be able to resell at a reasonable price. It also keeps the project in line with their scope requirements of having fewer components in their product. That being said, their method works well for this type of industry. They have learned and adapted accordingly, and they are always open to find ways to work more efficiently.
The second knowledge area to discuss is human resource management, which is the managing of the team involved in the project. The team was developed by acquiring both engineers to design the hardware and to design the software for the radio replacement. Roles and responsibilities were evenly assigned to each of their team members. Motivation is an important aspect in any project. In Company XYZ, their employees are excited to work with cars and new features and want to be part of perfecting the product. Another way they motivate the employees is the opportunity to grow within the company. If a senior level position needs to be filled, they will hire internally rather than externally. They do this because of its many benefits to the corporation, such as the employees' familiarity with the company, the management style, and the functionality of their projects. It also creates loyalty to the company. For entry-level positions, they hire newly graduated electrical engineers. They do this because these young workers are always learning and they bring new ideas to the table. As long as they have the basic understanding of softwares and hardwares, the company provides constant training throughout the project, using simulators to practice. They don't believe in layoffs, as they clearly want to see their workers reach their full potential, which in turn benefits the company. One of the challenges Company XYZ faces today, however, is in the acquiring process. It is challenging to draw young engineers due to the high competition with bigger engineering firms. Overall, their technique of hiring young engineers works effectively. Their project and product is a success, and although they are facing challenges in their hiring process, they continue to perfect their products.